This is the Renault Scenic E-Tech Long Range. It's the car of the year for 2024 and they've come a long way since 1996 with this car. I'm Duncan Vincent. This is the Arnold Clark YouTube channel. Like and subscribe and make sure you hit that bell icon so you never miss an upload from us. The very first Scenic was unveiled as a concept car in 1981 at the Frankfurt Motor Show and first went into production in 1996 as the McGann Scenic. It is widely regarded as the first concept MPV in European automotive history. It was designed to appeal to families. They loved the idea of a cocoon-like car. It came in one size and its proportions made it roomier and more modular inside. Fun fact, when the designers were working on the first Scenic generation, they asked employees' children what they wanted and needed, how they imagined the inside of a car and what kind of things they fancied in it. Let's now take a look at the front end of the car and see some of the cool features that we've got. Now, the version we've got is the Iconic, which comes with these really cool adaptive LED headlights. I like how they're so thin and so slender, and they go in just below the bonnet, and that could almost be a light bar. Come on, it could almost be a light bar, Renault, but not quite. Pretty cool daytime running lights as well, and as you come across the front, I like how the detail here starts as almost next to nothing and then builds up and gets heavier and rougher as you come in towards the Renault badge. The new emblem, the 2D emblem, brushed aluminium if you take a really good close look at that. There's other pretty cool features in the front, such as nice detailing down the bottom, a silver trim and little air vents just to bleed some of that extra pressure off the front of the new Scenic. Let's take a look at some of the cool features in the back of this Renault Scenic. Now, I'm a huge fan of what motor manufacturers are starting to do with the light technology, front and rear, and it's a huge styling part as well as a good safety thing. You can see when the indicator comes on here, it replaces the actual running light and it looks proper cool. Brake lights, well, not only do you have one in there, you've got one housed in the top rear spoiler as well, and when they flick on the rear fog lights, it's like you turn into Batman and you've got a couple of afterburners coming out the bottom of the car. But it's all about keeping you safe and looking cool. With an EV, you also want the car to be super slippery and aerodynamic. On the edge of the bumper, a couple of end plates, just to try and help the air come off the back of the car so it's nice and smooth with less drag. And on the back of this car, there's two cameras, one for reversing and one for the interior rear view mirror, which can also be toggled and you can use that manually. Analog, non-digital, whatever it's called. Let's take a look at some of the styling features down the side of the Scenic that catch my eye and the like. Obviously 20-inch Oracle diamond cut alloy wheels, they're a big winner. They're flush, they're helping you be aerodynamic, but they also remind me of the original Renault Espace from way back. There's also some plastic features in the wheels that you can remove if you want to have a slightly different styling look. The car's in midnight blue, as you can see, it's stunning, with a nice silver stripe along the side of the roof there. Cool, that. The mirrors, they're pretty big. Like you see down the side of the car, keep you safe, also with blind spot detection. And there's a pretty cool puddle light which comes out from the mirror and kind of shows you the Renault emblem on the floor, which is quite handy if there's a puddle there, it lights up the ground. There's cool styling along the sill here, and if you pay attention to the detail in the sill, you'll actually see what looks like it could be the Renault emblem. But I like the theme they've done. Flush door handles is the last thing that finishes it off. Renault have done a cracking job on the new Scenic. Let's take a look inside the boot now and we'll give you some of the figures that you can get in here because it's an easy to operate boot. You can do it on the button or you can do it on your key fob. 545 litres of boot space with the seats back. There's some extra storage underneath the floor there as well. Put the seats down, you get 1,670 litres of space inside there. Is that important? Maybe it is for you. More importantly, in my eyes, you have a power supply in the back and there's some tie-down hooks for you as well. But now let's go and look at some of the charging figures on this car. So this car comes with an 87 kilowatt hour battery. To charge it on a rapid charger from 15 to 80%, 32 minutes once you're plugged in. If you want to do it on a wall box at home, you're looking at 13 hours. So when you get home from work, make sure you put it on charge. Let's now jump inside. And here we go, inside, nice and comfortable, gotta say that. Right, okay, what does it have and what do you want? Well, we've got a 12.3-inch infotainment screen there and we've got a 12-inch driver display as well, both nice and big. I quite like how it's in
portrait mode and not landscape mode for that infotainment screen. That's really good. It's got Google cemented into there, so anything you want in Google's good, and it's also got OpenR-Link, which is the satellite navigational system that it uses in here. The steering wheel itself, pretty nice setup, multi-sense, so you can flick through your driving modes quite quickly. You can go from eco to sport to personal, whatever you want to do, touch off a button. And I like the shape of it as well. A couple of paddles at the back, which is nice. You can up and down your regeneration. I'm into having it on full sail mode, full coasting right now, and I tend to use that as brakes rather than the pedal down there when I'm in and about the town. Okay, the seats as comfy as they are, the dashboard as nice as it is, they're all made from recycled or recyclable material, so Renault really having a good look towards what they're doing for the environment. We've also got a charging mat for your phone, which I do like. Take your phone, stick it on a charging mat, voila. And then look how much storage you've got. You've got a little Ducat down the front, you've got a halfway Ducat, you've got a third way Ducat, you've got another one, movable armrest, just about something for everybody. The sound system in here is 410 watts, rock and roll. Harman Kardon, 9 speakers in the place, fully adjustable. You can play with almost everything. It's got a mirror as well. Remember we said there's 2 cameras in the back? Well, one gives you the interior mirror, but you can toggle that on and off so you can just use your actual normal way of looking into a mirror. Pretty cool. The door pockets are lined with carpet, which I'm a big fan of. It means nothing's going to rattle about inside there. And there's a solar bay panoramic sunroof up the top there. You can play with the buttons and you can make it opaque. Have you ever been on a Dreamliner? Pretty much the same technology, really cool. Okay, into the back of the Scenic, this is where you start to see just how much thought Renault have put into this car for the family. The legroom is fabulous, the headroom is amazing. Remember, I'm 6'2", give or take a couple of inches, and look how much room there is above my head. Nice comfortable armrest and lots of storage. 3 places in the back of each seat for the kids to leave something when you're out for that day out. 2 USB-Cs down here and dual climate control. Yes, there's ISOFIXes and it's just so comfortable. Now, armrest. We've got one on this side, but look at this one in the middle. Pull it down. That's the luxury armrest. Big holder for your cup as well, but it doesn't stop there. Renault have gone a little bit further. Lift that up, slide this round, grab your phone or your iPad or your tablet, make sure it's out of its case, and you can slide it in here and you could do it in landscape or portrait and you can watch something as you're going along. How good's that for the kids? And also, there's another couple of charging points in there as well with a nice carpeted finish. Really, Renault have gone the extra mile in the back here when they're thinking of the family. First class job. Let's talk about visibility as we're driving the e-Scenic. Okay, the pillars on the side are actually quite chunky. That's because there's an air vent actually in there. But even though they're quite chunky pillars, they don't take up too much visibility for you. It's quite good. It's quite a narrow aperture on the windscreen, but again, you can still see plenty out the front. The door mirrors are nice and big. I do like the blind spot detection. It was working all the way here as we were driving about. And also at the edge of the mirror, it's got the little bit of glass which is kind of tilted so you can see the outside far away edge, which is always handy. Good door mirrors. I do like the interior mirror as well. You can have it on normal, so you can just see at the back yourself with your own eyes, or you can use the actual camera, which is pretty cool. And sometimes it takes the eyes just a second or two to translate to you're actually on a camera, but no, it's good, all good. Well done, Renault. The handling of the car feels pretty good on these little country roads. We have been pushing on being quite spirited, but doing it within the limits of the law, and you then start to feel the weight transfer. You can start to feel that 1.8 tonnes as you're driving along. 220 brake horsepower, 0 to 62 in 7.9 seconds. Listen, it's not going to pin you to the back of the seat. Compare that to a Tesla Model Y. But it's not meant for that. It's meant for a family vehicle. It's meant to get you there safely and with comfort. And that's what the Renault does really, really well. The Scenic is top of the range for that. As we are driving along here, something I will say that I use quite a lot in this car and other EVs. I use a lot of regen, and I like to regen myself as I'm coming towards the corner rather than maybe using the brake pedal. I just think it makes me feel a bit more better, like I'm doing something good for the battery. So more regen on the way in. When you get to the corner, a couple of clicks off and away you go. And then also I like to use the multi-sense button on the steering wheel to jump from my modes. If I want to be in sport mode, that's great, but I do quite like eco, and you can also set your own one up on personal. Renault have created a fabulous family SUV, and they've done it in the form of an EV, and a really good one at that, because it's got the extra range. They've thought about the comfort of the two in the front, the driver and the passenger, and then they've really transferred that to the back for the kids. They've given them almost everything. Lots of room, comfort, even device holders, so you can charge and watch at the same time in that very special armrest in the middle. The door bins in the side, front and back, are lined with carpet, and Renault have just thought everything out. Adaptive cruise control on the motorway right now. My foot is off the accelerator pedal and the other one is nestling on the footrest, which we've got down there. It's also got lane keeping assist in this car, so yes, my hands are on the wheel with a very, very light grip, and the car will keep you in the middle of the lane with just small corrections on the steering wheel. I do prefer to do it myself though. When the car does it for me, it might look like I'm going from white line to white line, but it's a very good safety feature. My blind spot detection is on just now because there's a big pickup about to come past us in the fast lane. I've also gone into the infotainment system and I pushed in the Eco button because I want to see exactly how we're doing. I've got an Eco score of 71 out of 100 so far, so that's a pass mark. But it says I'm really good at acceleration speed, so I must be gentle on that throttle pedal. And my anticipation, well, that's almost off the scale. So I'm knowing corners are coming up and I'm just starting to come off the throttle pedal, using a bit of regen to slow us down. Good. It's almost like a seventh sense.
The entry-level Scenic comes in around £37,000, while the top of the range is around £45,495. These all come in different variants. You can have the base, which is the Techno, then the Esprit Alpine, and the top of the range model, which we have, the Iconic.
All you've got to do is go to arnoldclark.com for all the relevant information, and with over 20,000 new and used cars and over 200 sites in Scotland and England, there's something for absolutely everybody. Find your car, pick it, collect it from a branch. It couldn't be easier from Arnold Clark. I said at the very beginning of this video that I like what Renault are bringing to the party, and this is exactly another brilliant car from them. It's got style, it's got comfort, and it's really fun. The Scenic has gone way up in my estimation. This is the Arnold Clark YouTube channel. I've been Duncan Vincent. Like and subscribe, and until next time, safe driving.